Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Children's Church. Today we start a brand new unit entitled Jesus the Servant. We finished Jesus the Messiah, and today we move to look at how Jesus interacted with people. Jesus didn't come to the earth to be served. He came to the earth to serve others. Is there anyone in your life who serves you? Maybe your mom serves you your food. Maybe dad does something to help you, or there's a teacher that serves and helps you. What should we do when someone does something for us? I want to give you an example. I have here a present. If I gave this to you, or if I did something to help you, or I did something just to be nice and to be a servant to you, what should be your response? For instance, if I gave you this as a birthday present, or I did something to help you so that you could have what you needed, what should you do? How many of you said, say thank you? That's right. That's the response that we should have. When others serve us, we should always be thankful. In today's Bible story, 10 men who had skin diseases were coming to Jesus asking for his help. And he healed those men. But out of the 10 men, only one came back to say thank you. And that's really sad, isn't it, boys and girls, that they didn't have a heart of thankfulness for someone who would serve them. Let's listen to today's story.
Hi there, I'm Megan.
And I am Itchy.
This is Jessie. Jessie, you have sore spots all over you.
I know. I have a rash and it itches.
I'm sorry, Jessie. That's no fun. In today's Bible story, there were 10 men who had a skin disease.
Oh, did Jesus give them some itch cream? That's what the doctor told my mom to do for my rash.
Nope. Jesus did not give them medicine. He healed them. Listen to the story. Jesus was going to Jerusalem when he stopped in a small town. 10 men cried out to him, "Jesus, Master, have mercy on us." The men stayed away from Jesus because they had a skin disease. They had to stay far away from everyone until their sickness went away so no one else would catch it. Jesus saw them and said, "Go and show yourselves to the priests." Jesus wanted the men to follow a law that God had given to Moses. The law said if a person had been healed from a skin disease, he had to show himself to the priest so the priest could say he had been healed. As the 10 men went to the priest, they all were healed. One of the men hurried back to Jesus. He praised God, fell down at Jesus' feet, and thanked him. This man was not a Jew. He was from Samaria. Jesus asked, "Didn't I heal 10 men? Where are the others?" Only one man had come back to say thank you and give praise to God. Jesus said, "Get up and go on your way. You are saved because you have faith." Ten men cried out to Jesus, and he healed them. One man had faith and was saved. When we trust in Jesus, he heals us from something greater than a disease. He saves us from our sins. We can thank God and worship him for making us new.
All right, boys and girls, let's see how well you were listening to today's story. I have a few questions for you. Question number 1. Why did the 10 men cry out to Jesus for help? Yes, they had a skin disease and they wanted Jesus to heal them. Number 2, Jesus healed the 10 men, but how many came back to thank Jesus? Yes, sadly, only one. Only one came back and showed their appreciation. Number 3, what did the man do when he returned to see Jesus? That's right. The man praised God. He fell down at Jesus' feet and he thanked him for what he had done for him. He recognized that Jesus was the one who healed him, and he was so thankful and grateful. Number 4, what did Jesus tell the man? Jesus told him to go on his way and that he would be saved because of his faith. This one man had faith in Jesus. He recognized where his healing came from, and he wanted to show Jesus that he recognized that. And he thanked him and he praised him for it. That brings us to number 5, our new big picture question. Why did God create people? Well, God created people for the very thing that one man did. He created us to love him and to glorify him. Now, we learned those 2 signs in children's church many times. This is love and this is glorify. So why did God create people? So they could love him and glorify him. And that's what we should want to do with our lives. All right, boys and girls, I have a story for you that's a mission story today about a lady who did exactly what I just said. She loved the Lord with all her heart, and she glorified him in every way. Her name was Amy Carmichael. She lived very long ago in 1800s, and she had a heart for the people of India. She went there to help those who were hurting and were in need. She was being a servant, just like Jesus. And so many people came to know the Lord because of her service to them. And those people, unlike the 9, were very grateful. Let's watch and see what happens.
There was once a little girl with brown eyes. She desperately wanted blue eyes, so she prayed and prayed for God to turn her brown eyes blue. God did not turn her eyes blue. He had bigger plans for this little girl and her brown eyes. The little girl's name was Amy Beatrice Carmichael. She was born in Ireland in 1867. Amy's father died when she was just a teenager. When he died, the family business suffered as well. Even though Amy's family had very little, it didn't stop her from helping others. She delivered food and she shared the gospel with others in need. Amy often went to places like the slums in her city. These weren't very nice places to live. Even though there were bugs, rats, and sickness everywhere, Amy loved the people there and knew they needed to hear about Jesus. Eventually, Amy got really sick and had to live with family and friends. During this time, she heard a famous missionary speak about the need for people around the world to hear the gospel. Amy realized God was asking her to be a missionary. In 1884, Amy left for India. She worked hard to learn the language and the culture. To better fit in, she learned to eat and prepare Indian dishes, and she also wore traditional Indian clothes. Because Amy did not have blue eyes, her brown eyes also helped her to be accepted by those around her. Amy soon realized there were many young girls and women who needed help in India. They were living on the streets or in unclean places like the slums back in her hometown. Amy provided a safe place for hundreds of these girls and women. She cared and loved for them. Many learned about the love of God for the very first time. Amy Carmichael loved and served the people of India for 55 years. She became Amma, the Indian word for mother, to many people there, and many others chose to follow Jesus through her work and testimony.
All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that missions video. It's so encouraging to see what Amy Carmichael did in the lives of those in India, and so encouraging to us that we could reach out just like Amy and help others and serve them. Now, today, I hope you'll take some time to read the story with your family. It's found in the book of Luke, chapter 17, and it starts around verse 11. Jesus heals 10 men with leprosy. I hope, though, that we would be more like the one who came back and was thankful. I pray that we'll always be thankful, boys and girls, especially for what Jesus has done for us. When he sacrificed his life on the cross, it bought us salvation so that we can live in heaven with him forever. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.